What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Hangout spot where you already know it's Real Talk Boxing Talk. Live from my man cave, it's your boy Johnny, and I am your host for another edition of the Hangout Spot Live. This time, the Thursday night edition.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And I just want to appreciate everybody for rocking out with us this week on our lives. We actually did shows this week on Monday night and Tuesday night. Monday night, we did a call-in show, man. We had hella callers, bro. Great show. And then Tuesday, we had Fighters First Management CEO and co-owner, boxing manager Adrian Clark. He was in the building. He manages the WBO welterweight champion Brian Norman Jr. Great conversation. And then later on, when he hopped off, we actually had Coach Brian Norman Sr. jump on. He jumped on the panel and he gave us a little bit of insight of how the training is going. Obviously, the WBO champ Brian Norman Jr. is going to be defending his title in Japan on June 19th against contender Jin Sasaki. So we wanted to kind of get an update of what was happening. They are currently training in Big Bear, California. You know, the Normans are like family to me. So we had to get them on. But if you did not check out any of those shows, make sure you go and check them out at the Hangout spot on YouTube. That's where all my live shows are, my interviews, boots to ground. We've been putting in a lot of work over time. We were working the fights over the weekend on Friday and Saturday. Pro Box Kissimmee, Caribbean Royale, the DAZN prospect card. We were there live and direct. So there's a lot of good content on the channel right now. And tonight's show is going to be another banger, man. Another banger, a special show to me because I got a fighter who I'm a huge fan of, man. He's a lightweight prospect. He's 6-0 with 6 knockouts. Deric Scooter Davis is going to be in the building, baby. Yes, sir, man. So I'm excited about this one. Hopefully you guys are as well. But before we bring them in, you know the deal, man. There's ground rules here at the Hangout spot, man. If you're watching this live on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. The goal is to get this channel out into the algorithm of other boxing fans so they know we rock out weeknights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also doing weekend shows, post-fight shows, call-in shows. So make sure you smash that like button, man. Other boxing fans need to know we rock out, man. And if you're watching this live on Facebook, give me a like and come on over to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, man. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, shame on you. This is where it's at, the Hangout spot, man. But more importantly, tell a friend in 2025 and beyond. If we want to make this train or turn this train into a locomotive, we need more passengers. And last but not least, man, y'all know how we do it up here. The live chat is open. Make sure you guys communicate with each other. But the chat is going to be cooking tonight. The chat is going to be cooking tonight with my guests. So if you have a question or a comment that you want to make sure gets read, the best way to be able to put that out is via Super Chat. Those come up as a starred message. So I can see those. I will make sure that I get those up and ask those questions. But I can't really sift through all the chat activity to see which ones are questions or which not. So Super Chat is the way to go. It also provides your boy with a donation. And if you want to make any other donations, my Cash App is in the bottom, scrolling down on the bottom of my screen. But without further ado, like I said, man, this young man, he's flashy, he's powerful, he's got superstar potential, and he's here live and direct in the Hangout spot. We got lightweight Deric Scooter Davis. So without further ado, I want to bring in my guy. What's going on, champ? Welcome to the Hangout spot, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I love the kicker here for sure.
Nah, man, this is dope, man. I like I was telling you, before we got it popping, that interview that we did on the Boxing Voice was dope.
Yes.
It's dope. It's one thing to see a fighter in the ring that you admire, right? It's another thing to kick it with him, man. And you're very, very laid back. You're smart. And I was like, nah, I got to get with my man. I got to get him up in here in the Hangout spot. My audience needs to know that there is a superstar in the making. So thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for coming on.
Sure,
But
man. Just thank you for having me, 100%.
you family, bro. Anybody that comes to the Hangout spot is family, bro. I'll tell you that right now, bro. You are family.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But so talk to me, man. Talk to me. You've gotten through. You've started your career, with a blast, man. I mean, your first your first 6 fights.
Yeah.
6 via night, and only one of those fights, man, went the second round. Man, your last fight was on the Tank Roach undercard, I believe.
Yes.
Right, and that was a first round knockout, man. Talk to me, man. How would you rate the start of your career 6 fights in?
A+, man. I feel like I had a great start. You know what I mean? I think people only dream of having this start. I've been fought on pro box. I done fought on. I think now coming up with my next fight, this would be my third world title undercard. And only having going on to having 7 fights. So what I'm saying, that's a dream come true. Most fighters at my stage of their career, they don't really get to be on cards like that. So I'm blessed, man. I'm happy, man, that I'm able to get the exposure. I'm able to show people my skills. It's just an amazing experience, and I'm just taking it day by day, and just taking the journey slow, just basking in the ambiance for sure.
Nah, definitely, definitely. And you said your next fight is in June, right? Is that going to be on the undercard of Keyshawn and De Los Santos?
Yes, 100%. June 7th in Norfolk, Virginia, we at the Scope Arena. Definitely on the undercard, Davis versus De Los Santos.
We turning that up. I looked on BoxRec though; they haven't named an opponent yet. Do you know who you'll be
Yeah,
fighting?
nah, I definitely have an opponent locked in. They just haven't put it on there. But yeah, man,
Okay.
me and my opponent been locked in. We just signed the contract probably I think 3 or 4 weeks ago.
All right, because I get a little nervous sometimes, because then I don't want, last
Yeah,
minute, like, we pulled Scooter out,
yeah. Nah, we
I'm looking
fighting
forward to seeing you.
100%. I definitely just sent my medicals in just today.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, that's good news. I wanted to knock that out early.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're
I
hundred
checked the
percent
BoxRec
fit.
early, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on? I don't see an opponent, man. Is he going to be
Yeah.
fighting? Is he not going to be fighting?" I know you posted it on your social media, and I posted that as
Hmm.
well. But so talk to me, champ. Talk to me. I know you have an extensive amateur background, but before we get into that, what I want to do is I want to take it back a bit. Let's go back to where the journey started, man.
Hmm.
So when did you start boxing, and what inspired you to choose boxing as a profession?
I started boxing when I was 6 years old. I was actually playing football. I'm a very athletic person. So I was really good at football. So I was playing football at the age of 4, and I was going all the way up. And I was just really good, really talented. And he wanted to keep me in shape in the off season. My father, and basically he said, everybody talks about how boxing condition is and the discipline and everything, about boxing. So he was like, okay, we on the off season, we're gonna go to a gym, and we're gonna get some work in. And I'm training, I'm doing, but everything I did, I was just always a serious kid. Like I never took anything as a game. Like whatever I did, I was gonna go in 100%. All percent of the time. You know what I mean? And basically, when I started sparring and stuff, I'm sparring at about 7 years old. I started sparring guys, and they're 10 or 9, and I was just beating them up. I just was doing things naturally. You know what I mean? That kid that I wasn't supposed to even be doing or knowing why I was doing it. It was just natural. Things just came natural to me in boxing, getting away from punches, jab, and counter. Certain just things just came natural, and my experience was just so little. And I'm beating up kids that were, doing it for years or 2 years or, really had experience. So they was asking me around the gym, has he done this before? Has this is first time in the ring? And my dad like, yeah. So everybody just kept saying like he's a natural, he's a natural. Like it's just in him, and I always had that wow factor about me with what I've been told. Everybody every time I be in the gym or I'm doing something, there's always gonna be eyes on me because people just like the way my stuff come off, the way I look, the way I'm throwing my punches, and it's been like that since a little boy at 6, 7 years old. And choosing to be a professional boxer, I probably got about there when I was about in like the 5th or 6th grade. So I'd say about 11, 12. You know, um, my dad we was just having a conversation about, what I want to do, just in life, not even just about sports. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish and stuff? And I looked my dad in the eye and I told him I wanted to be a world champion. And he was like, for real? Like, you could do anything. If you could do anything in the world, like, that's what you want to do. I'm like, yes, I want to be a world champion. That's what I want to do. And he was like, you got to put in, crazy maniac type of work with this to accomplish this dream. And I looked him in his eye again, and it was like, let's do it. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do. I want to become world champion. He was like, all right. So from that point on, it was everything about boxing. Nothing. It was nothing. There was no football, no nothing. It wasn't no after school events. Wasn't no, uh, you know, friend sleepovers or parties it was everything was boxing. You got to go work out at all times.
That's what's up. So you were driven at a young age. That's interesting because usually, again, 7 years old, you're knocking people out. That's more fun than anything else, right?
Hmm.
And then 11 years old, right? How many 11-year-old are going to say, "I want to be a world champion," and then make that commitment right then and there? So that's dope. That's dope. Did your father have any reservations, or was he like all in? Did he try to talk you out of it and say, "Well,
Nah,
maybe you want to think that over"? No.
nah, he was all in. But my father's one of the people where whatever I want to do, he gonna do, and he gonna put me in the best position to succeed at that. So if it was gonna be with at that point, he went to put me with the best trainers, the best strength and conditioning, put the best things in my body, food. Like he just anything that he can help in, he gonna help, and he just want me to go for my goal and accomplish my goal, and he's gonna be there to nurture any and everything I need from him.
So that's interesting. So how hard was that at 12, 13 years old? You looked like you were already committed to being a full-time fighter, which is not common for a kid that's 13, 14. Usually they're doing other stuff, right? Like you said, I cut out all that other stuff. How hard was that to not live you know, hanging out with friends, maybe stuff that
Yes.
13-year-olds do that you weren't doing? How hard was that?
Uh, at first it was tough. It was times where I look at my dad and be like, "Dang, like I can't do this," or "Man, you mean to tell me I can't go to this party? I can't come to this party and just come back?" And it was like he was like, "No, because this is not that's not what you want. You don't want to get used to that. It's about the work. If you put anything over your work, you're not going to get to the goal that you want." So it made me just be like, all my life just to stay focused on the goal and stay focused on work. Like I'm not allergic to no type of work, whether it's easy, hard, like whatever we got to do. That's what we got to do. Is just some work. You know what I mean? And for people who never, people my age never really understood me, far as like why I wouldn't go to parties or why I couldn't go to, and I couldn't really explain it to them because when you driven at a young age, they're not on the same mental level as you. So it's like people thought I was thought I was too good for them, or I was being like I was, what I'm saying, I was being full of myself or whatever, when really it was just, nah, I really do mess with you guys, but like, nah, bro, I gotta go home. I can't stay over tonight because I gotta practice in the morning, or I can't go to this party, or I can't go to the game after school, and they just wouldn't understand it, and it's fine. But I bet like now they look back now and see that same kid like he said he was gonna do this, you know what I mean? So it's okay though.
That's dope. That's dope. Major sacrifices, man. Major sacrifices, especially in your teenage life. But
Mhm.
again, I think you made the right decision. I am here, man. I'm here with Scooter Davis, baby. Undefeated lightweight, bro. 6-0. 6 KOs, baby, in the
Sure.
building, in the hangout spot. If you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you do that. Tell a friend, and subscribe. Keep the chat going. Any questions? Again, the best way to do that is via super chat for the young champ in the making. But so talk to me about your amateur career, man, because it was
Mhm.
very, very extensive. And the reason why I want to get your take on that is we live in a day and age where, amateur careers aren't as extensive as yours, but you got close to almost 200 fights,
Mhm.
over 150 some odd wins. Like,
Mhm.
how often were you fighting and how hard was that, during your amateur career?
When I was, when you young boy, you just fighting every week. You know what I'm saying? And anytime they throwing shows, you fighting, and then you'll get a tournament, and you might it's so many little kids, so it's you fighting 5 times a week, or what I'm saying, in a tournament, in a full day tournament. So when you rocking these fights up, it's just fighting. You know what I mean? You don't even realize that how much you're fighting. And then it does going back to the previous question. That's why I couldn't go do anything, because no, you can't stay over because you got to fight this week. You know what I mean? Or you got a tournament coming up. Or so it was like, all right. And I never wanted to put nothing above my fighting. Like I always wanted to fight. I didn't care. I'm a Showtime type of person. So anytime the lights the brightest, I want to be in that spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna thrive in that spotlight. But it was just, yeah, we was just fighting consistently. And then once, like, I would say when I turned about 12 or 13, that's when we really started like going crazy with traveling off to all different types of tournaments, the ringside worlds and the junior Olympics, silver gloves. The Sugar Bird tournament, title tournaments. It was just all types, any tournament that they was throwing. It didn't even matter if it was a weekend tournament, like we were just going. We just wanted work, all types of work. And I was just winning. You know what I'm saying? I was just winning. That was the thing. Like I was just winning. And even back then, I didn't even realize like I just knew people couldn't beat me. Like you wasn't gonna beat me up. I never was walking into places that and just thought I was the best fighter back then. You know what I'm saying? I just was just going off a straight time. I knew that in that moment when the lights come on, the bell ring, I'm gonna fight. and you ain't gonna be able to just beat me up. That's how I was looking at it back then. But then didn't you realize that no, I'm beating these people up, like, and then it didn't really start clicking until later that I was like, yeah, nah, they can't mess with me. You know what
Mm.
I mean? But it was fun. It was my amateur career was fun. It definitely was fun. Boxing put me on my first plane, took me to most, saying around the country. So I'm very appreciative. A kid like me probably wouldn't have went to all the places that I went if without boxing. So I'm grateful.
That's dope, man. Listen, I got another young prospect in the building checking us out, man. Ebenezer Stuntman Griffin, bro. He's in the building, bro. He fights at
I
154, man. Great guy. I've had him on the channel. He's coming on to support, man. We appreciate you, champ. Thanks for rocking out with
appreciate
us,
you,
man. A
man.
Thursday night with Scooter Davis,
Keep
man.
doing your thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. That's dope. That's dope. But yeah, I mean, and the reason why I think that, I asked a young fighter and his dad not so long ago, David King Garcia, who's 16 years old. He just signed with the Swift Promotions. Like,
Mhm.
why the decision to become pro so early? And he said, being an amateur traveling is expensive too.
Yes. Oh
You know,
yes, yes. That was another part of me not wanting to lose. Like we didn't come from very much. So if my father scraping all his money, and saying my grandparents, my mom, and everybody putting their money up to give me it was like, man, I can't go out here and just lay an egg. I gotta fight. I got too much. Like, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna feel disappointed. That I feel like they gonna be disappointed in me. And even when they tell me that no, we're not gonna be disappointed. Like, just go out there, do your best. I feel like if I don't win this tournament, I don't win this fight, they gonna be disappointed in me. And that's what I always had, just like that chip on my shoulder when I fought. So I definitely understand that.
shout out
100%.
to your dad. Well, shout out to you for staying focused, but shout out to your dad, man. Again, financially, that's not easy, bro.
Yeah, no, my dad. I tell him all the time, he the goat. He the goat.
So talk to me about the decision to turn pro. When did you feel like it was why did you feel it was the right time, and then like that's enough, I'm ready, you know, um talk to me about the decision to turn pro.
Again, like I said, I had an extensive amateur background. I'm fighting all these guys, fighting in the Golden Gloves. I had won the Golden Gloves the previous year before in 2020 during the COVID year. And 2021, I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 when I won it. And then the next year I came back to, do it again. That was gonna be my last year in the amateurs anyway. I felt like that, like, I feel like I accomplished everything I needed to accomplish. It wasn't really looking too good for me to be on the Olympic team due to my age, and wasn't being able to fight in the Olympic trials. So I would have to wait to the 2024 Olympics, which I really didn't want to. Um, and pretty much I had fought in the locals in the Golden Gloves, and I had lost, like, and I felt like I had broke him down, like, but I broke him down as a pro, like fighting like a pro. Like, I broke him down. I still feel like I won the fight. The fight is on YouTube. You can look it up. And it was like when I took that loss, I haven't lost in my city in like 9, 10 years. So it was like, what? And really, really feeling like I won. Like, this wasn't, yeah, it was I wouldn't say it was a close fight far as it was, like, of course, it was competitive because he throwing back. Yeah, he throwing, but it's clear who was more dominant in that fight. And they had took it from me. And I felt like the amateur system at that moment just got tired of me winning it. Like, it was just like, and my Coach Barry Hunter, he was saying that the longer you stay, in the amateurs, you're gonna get little BS decisions like this because it's not the pros. You know what I'm saying? They go off for activity sometimes and things that don't really hurt, or so it was like, yeah, I'm not trying to keep, taking these stupid losses. And it's not like these are helping my stock far as it wasn't like, oh, if I needed to win this, I knew that Top Rank was gonna knock at my door to come sign me, or PBC was gonna knock at my door to come sign me. I was just fighting just to be fighting, because and yeah, from that point on, I said I wanted to be a professional fighter. So it's still, even after I said I wanted to be a professional fighter, it still took some time. Like, I think that fight was I lost that fight maybe in June of 2021, or no, I'm sorry, 2022. I lost that fight in June. I didn't turn pro until 2023, like February. So it was still like 7 months. You know
February,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah. And I, from that entire time that I was waiting to actually say I'm going to turn pro and debut, we all went back and just went back from the beginning of jab. You know what I'm saying, right hand, the fundamentals of boxing back to, because now you need to go back to your fundamentals because now you're in the pros. Now it's a different ball game. Now you can't get away with certain things or pulling back with your hands down or throwing shots with your chin. It's certain things that you just can't do. And Barry Hunter is a very a technician when it comes to, it's just the fundamentals and the certain shots and punch placement and things like that. So we just went back and started to, saying, reprogram everything all over back again to become a pro fighter. And February 4th, 2023, I made my debut.
in spectacular fashion too, as well.
Yeah.
With a first round stoppage. Like I said, man, 6 fights and only one have have went to the second round.
Yeah.
I think I asked you this question. When I interviewed you on the Boxing Voice.
Yeah.
You're an explosive puncher, and people love the knockout.
Absolutely.
So is that something, again, a lot of fighters are gonna tell you, we don't go for the knockout. If it comes, it's there.
Yeah.
But Chad, keep it real. Have you been going for the knockout?
No, I really, and
No?
I'm keeping it
Okay.
100% real. No,
Okay.
I do not just be going for the knockout. I be going in there. My whole objective in there is to go and literally like touch him up. Like I know I say it all the time. Like I'm gonna touch him up. Like it don't matter. And I know my in my mind, yeah, I want to get you out of there, but it's not like, yeah, I gotta get this knockout. I'm not fighting like that. It's just like I'm gonna touch him up. I'm gonna touch him with some sharp shit, and that's how it's gonna go. But then now, as I'm starting to realize that I just be hitting people, and it don't even be, what I'm saying, it be just if I hit you clean, it don't even have to be hard or put no force in it. If I hit you clean on your dome, you either gonna be hurt or you gonna go. Like I just, God bless me with, what I'm saying, certain power, certain explosiveness, and I work at it on to be pinpoint, what I'm saying, on accuracy to be able to hit you on a certain spot to be able to get you to go, and that's what's been going on. So I mean, I'm gonna keep following the same formula because it looks like it's working out for me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep doing it. But I'm not really like, I'm not gonna be upset if it doesn't come. But to your question, yes, if I can keep this knockout streak alive, of course I'm going to try to keep this knockout streak alive. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get you up out of there the entire way. I want every fight. I hope and pray to God that I can get everybody out of there. You know what I mean? Everybody I fight, I step in the ring to. But it's boxing. You can't knock everybody out. But again, if I see an opportunity, just know I'm trying to get him out of there. Don't think that, oh yeah, Scooter's gonna take this round off and yeah, he gonna just cruise to the victory. Nah, Scooter trying to land that. He trying to find that one. Put it.
That's what's up, baby. Night, 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 night.
Yeah, yeah. That's what
6-0,
that's what the
6-0
fans
night.
want to see, man. That's what they want to see.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The fans want to be entertained, man. That's the world that we live in today. Barry Hunter, man, great trainer. He obviously trains Tank as well. Talk to me
hmm
about your relationship with him, man.
Um, Barry Hunter is a great man. I've been around him since the age of 10. I met him, he being a local fighter, fighting in these local fights when I was younger, and he had, all of the upcoming fighters, probably the best fighters in the area, some of the best fighters in the area, you know what I mean? And he had the world champion with Lamont Peterson at the time. And it was, the headbangers was riding on their high horse, you know what I mean? And when they came around, it was like, wow, look at them guys. And he seen me fight, you know what I mean? And he took a liking to me, and told my parents basically like if I ever needed a place to go, bring me to him. And years later, once my trainer stopped being able to train, we did that. We came to him, and he opened, he welcomed them with open arms, you know what I mean? So he's just a great guy, man. He's a great person. He's a very strategic thinker. He's very big on the art of war. He's a very just great man and a mentor for me, that teach me things just not about boxing, outside of boxing, as far as, finances and land, and we talk about real estate, we talk about watches, we talk about so many things that's gonna appreciate value and how to survive and just this world and things that's gonna trial and tribulation. He's a man of faith. He talks about the word all the time. We just talk about a lot of things more than just boxing. It's not just a boxing relationship where we come in there and say, hey, jab, hook, right hand every day. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I would say, what I'm saying? I feel like he kind of stepped into like a grandfather type of role with me. He used to pick me up and, what I'm saying, he'd just take me go get something to eat. It'd just be me and him. You know what I mean? We just talk about everything. It didn't have to just be boxing. We just teach me about people and how to read people and how with this person when people be are on BS and people who are telling the truth and how to and when people are on BS, how to, close them in so they can't run that like, okay, you can pinpoint who's the one that's trying to start all the BS. And he showed me how to be, a leader as far as leading the gym and being an alpha male and leading the pack. He just taught me so much in life. What what I mean, and I'm appreciating him and my father probably been the top two males in my life that just molded me and just taught me a lot in life. 100%.
That's a phenomenal answer, man. I mean, this is exactly what I was looking for. Inside the mind of a master trainer who obviously is more than a trainer, and that's why I think that the relationship is special, right? Because it's not just in the gym.
Yeah.
It's outside the gym as well. Um, that's great. I'm glad that you were able to share that.
Yeah.
And you were thorough when you shared it. And like I said, he also trains Tank as well. Have you spent time with Tank? Have you trained with
Of
him?
course. Yes, of course. Yeah, me and Tank, man, that's the five, man. I
Mm.
love that guy, man. He took a liking to me at a very young age. And he just kept seeing me doing my thing throughout the years, and he kind of took me under his wing. You know what I mean? As far as with anything, like Tank is Tank. You know what I mean? Everybody, he's gonna post, he gonna say and do what he wants. Can't nobody make him do anything that he doesn't want. You know what I mean? So it's been times where he done reposted me and my videos or comment on my videos or doing certain things. It's like, and I used to be just thinking like, wow, he don't do this for everybody. Like, why does he do this for me? And he would never say anything. It would just be like, it was just that. Like, he didn't even, it had people around me like, dang, why he do that just for you? I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Then as I got older and as I started to become a professional, he started like just to keep seeing me working and seeing people fall off. And it's like, nah, this youngin really is working. He kind of just, he took a real big liking to me and just continued to have me on a path and continued to talk to me throughout my journey to show me what's going what's going to go on in this journey and what to look out for, what to see, what to be able to tap into, what things that you want to get into outside of boxing. You know what I'm saying? How to deal with the pressure of being the guy. You know what I'm saying? And just he just showed me a lot of things without saying it either. But he's one of the people, like I'm one of the only people that was just around him for, months, and just fighters that just, watched how he move and what he did, how he operated with his team, and having cameras around him and stuff, and my own people having exclusive footage. Like he don't let people do that. He let me do that. So I'm forever, grateful for him for doing that. He put me on his card, like I said, he put me on his undercard. Like it was amazing, man. Like that's probably him and probably Lamont Roach. That's what's crazy that they fought. Was probably the two, fighters that probably did the most for me in my career thus far. 100%.
That's dope, man. Obviously, I think the Boxing Voice reported earlier that the rematch is supposedly a done deal for August 16th, man.
Oh, that'd be great. Hey
Wow.
man.
Yeah, more
Appreciate it.
details to come on that. I really didn't get a chance to see the whole show because I was getting ready for this one, but
Definitely
I'm
want
look
to get back on that undercard. Hey man. Definitely want to get
you
back on
got I was
that.
about to say, man, you gotta get up on that undercard, bro.
Yeah, definitely, that'll be amazing. I mean, hopefully, what I did on the last undercard give me that call to get on that undercard. The people want to see me. Hopefully, what I do on this undercard right here, they gonna say that yeah, now we gotta have this kid because he's hot right now. So I'm just gonna look forward to taking care of business June 7th and to be spectacular. So the world can say, hey, we want to see Mr. Shock again.
Absolutely, man. I'm here with Derek Scooter Davis, 6-6 knockouts, and a
Uh,
sensational young lightweight prospect. He's in the building, bro. It's a pleasure to have you. So talk to me stylistically, bro. Like I said, it's us fans when we see a guy we're excited about, we're telling other people about him, but we often compare that fighter to other great fighters, right?
yeah,
Scooter Davis, he looks like this fighter. He reminds me of this
yeah.
fighter. Stylistically, who would you say you think you resemble stylistically? And it could be multiple fighters, past or present.
Yeah, I feel like I'm me, but definitely I have resemblance of again Javante Davis. I have a resemblance of a little bit of Floyd. I have a resemblance of a little bit of Sugar Ray Leonard. Things of Adrian Broner, and of course a homegrown Lamont Peterson where I
Mhm.
where. So it's just it's a mixture of certain things. I'm a person that takes, what I'm saying, tools from every fighter I watch and put it in my arsenal so I can perfect their best move, and what I'm saying, and I'm making my own move, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's kind of fighter I am. I'm just a intelligent fighter. I'm a very intelligent fighter, and that you don't want to take your eyes off.
A student of the game, man, is what
100%.
I would describe you as. But talk to me about some other fighters, that were your favorites that inspired you.
Uh, oh yeah, nah. I watch. See, that's the thing. I watch boxing, man. I watch boxing. Like it depends on what era you want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Now,
I'm not.
do you watch old school boxing? Because again,
Yes,
I'm an old guy and I love old
yes,
school fights.
yes. I'm old school fighters. Of course, I'm watching. Saying Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm like watching Hector Camacho. I'm watching Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr., um, Antonio Tava, Pernell Whitaker. Who else? Who else I can just name? Mildred Taylor, Aaron Pryor.
Wow.
Um, yeah, Wilford Benitez. Like I'm a fight. I watch boxing. Like I'm one of them fighters that watch boxing. I don't know about everybody else. Like I don't know. I watch boxing. So I always look at fighters to see what made them great. And then of course, I can name the new era fighters. Like it's nothing on the back of my hand, but yeah, I just love boxing. You know what I'm saying? Willie Pep, Jack Dempsey. I can go on and on. Like again, this is a part of Barry Hunter as well. Barry Hunter's one of the people where, and I was one of, he'd tell people to watch, but I was that person to go watch and come back and report. And dang, he did this, and whoa, he did that, and that's what made him take a liking to me. Like, coaches want a fighter that's going to listen to their, saying, every instruction and see it. And I was doing that, and not because nobody was telling me like, yeah, make sure you like no, because I wanted to come back to that conversation and know exactly what you're talking about. But in the midst of me going back to learn, I had to watch and study what was going on and what he was doing to come back in that conversation to know what I, know what was talking about. So I just learned so much, and now it's just easy for me to just go watch boxing. Like I love it. That's what I do in my piece. Like just chilling around. Like yeah, throw on a fight real quick. I might fall asleep on the third round, wake up on the ninth round, and know what's going on. Like oh yeah, okay, he did this, and yeah, I'm one of those fighters.
I gotta I gotta shout that out, man, because I'm a student too, man. I can't get enough of boxing. I'm on YouTube. I'm watching old boxing. I'm watching new boxing. Mostly old boxing. Again, I'm more of a historian guy. Like I grew up in the '80s, right?
Mm,
So I grew up with all those guys that you said, Wilford Benitez, Sugar Ray Leonard,
yeah, yeah,
Camacho, Aaron Pryor against
yeah.
Arguello. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, legendary fighters, man. But so you are one of those like, and I ask this question to young fighters again. I want my audience to understand one thing, man. All these great names, historian, student of the game. He's only 22 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
crazy. 22 years old, man. Wise beyond his age, man.
Yeah.
But so you're one of those like on a Saturday night pay per view card. You're locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in. Give me my
Okay.
give me my snacks, my water, and
All right.
yeah, y'all can. I get mad at people like when people throw fight. Like I tell my dad all the time, like I hate having fight parties at the house, like because so many people be trying to bother me. Like no, I'm watching. I'm not watching
Okay.
like y'all watching. Like I'm watching. Like leave me alone. Don't talk to me right now because I'm looking at this in a different lens. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just very. I just like boxing. It don't matter if I don't know you or not. If you throw a heck of a combination, you just do a heck of a combination, and I might like, dang, what he do? Hold on, he did. Oh, and I'll do it, and I'm like, that's what I do all the time, like all day. It don't matter who I see. It could be something on Instagram. It's a kid. It was just a video of a kid, right? I just comment on it. He's like 6 years old, but he was throwing his combinations like wicked, like it was real nice. And I'm like, oh yeah, I might need to throw it like
Who
that.
was
Like,
that? A
hold on.
young kid?
Yeah, it was a young kid. It went viral. He was like 6, 7 years old, and they
Okay.
tightened it up like the sharpest 6 year old or 7 year old, and he was fire. And I'm like, I commented on him like, man, his combinations is like he got combinations like a grown man. And I looked at the video so many times. I'm like, well, wait, I need to start throwing that combination. Like I don't care who I learn from. I'm learning from anybody. If I like something, I think something is nice, I'm going to be like, yeah, let me put it in my arsenal when it comes to this boxing because you never can have too much knowledge.
Dope, dope. And you were mentored by, arguably one of the faces of boxing, Tank, man. I mean, win-win situation, brother. I love it. I love it. So do you watch any other? I know you mentioned you played football when you were young. Do you watch football now?
Oh
Are you a
yeah, yeah,
football fan? Are you a
yeah.
basketball fan? Do you watch other
Yeah,
sports?
yeah, yeah. 100%. I'm a basketball, football.
What
That's
team do
probably
you root for?
yeah. I'm everything DC, so I'm a Commanders fan now. I'm
Okay.
feeling good, man.
Okay.
We just had a great year.
Aiden Daniels, bro, the real
Hey
deal.
boy, and JD we trust. And JD we trust. I'm feeling great, man. You know what I'm saying, going to this next year. But I'm everything. I'm always repping for the home team. So everything DC, everything from I'm repping. Don't
The
matter.
Wizards?
Yes, even though we are
Oh, okay.
terrible, we're terrible.
Props.
But
Props to you,
even
bro.
if I don't like the fact, like, okay, the Wizards are not that good, but if I'm okay, I might not watch them all the time, but I root for Kevin Durant. Like that's my
Mhm.
favorite player because
For
Kevin
sure.
Durant is from saying Maryland, so it's like yeah,
Mhm.
that's one of us. So I mean anybody that's from here, like yeah. I'm rooting for them. Like I'm one of them people. I'm not no hater at all. Like yeah, I want all of us from here to win to get their flowers, 100%.
So I'm a big KD fan as well, but I'm I'm
Yeah.
I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan because I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and you know how that
Okay.
whole shit went down with
I'm
KD
hurt.
and Brooklyn.
I was so. I just wish they didn't ask for that trade. I wish they would have just kept it together.
Who
I
you
was hurt. I
telling?
was hurt about him leaving Brooklyn.
Who
I
you
was.
telling, man?
I was hurt about him leaving Brooklyn. I ain't gonna lie.
That shit made me stop watching. Like I got kind of disengaged from basketball because I'm like, man, it's all the way the
And then
basketball isn't the same.
then the Giannis shot. I mean, then the game seven. Oh my God,
The toe,
the
man. I
toe,
watch that
man.
all the time,
I
man.
was so hurt. I was hurt. Like I'm in my room going, I'm off. Like I'm a KD fan. Like can't nobody tell me nothing. Like KD, yeah. I don't care about whoever you put. That's just my favorite player. I don't care. It's something about this game that I just like. It's just a finesse. It's just sweet. He just got a finesse and
A killer, an
yeah.
assassin.
Yeah, he getting a bucket. You can and when K want to get a bucket, he gonna get a bucket. It don't matter who. Nobody can stop him. It ain't about what they did. The person on defense did. It's the person. It's just he missed.
Yeah, breaks my heart, man. I hate
Yeah.
talking about it. Like I said, when he left, when he came here, I was like, wow, I can't believe we have a player or players of their stature, him and Kyrie. And then when they left, it was all over. We got nothing out of it. But hey,
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. I got a $5 super chat from my man Chad from Canada. You see, we got people watching us from all over the place, Chad.
Hey,
Canada, here, US, Texas, whatever, bro.
niggas.
Chad says, "What's your opinion on what happened at Fatal Fury, New York City, and that is Times Square? How important is legacy to you versus making money, and is lineal champion important to you?" So let's go one by one there.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. It was great fights. I just say that. It was great fights. Like, even though people didn't have their own opinion, but I mean, they were great fights. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody did their thing. They had good performance. They, far as Tiafimo, Devin, the Ryan and Rolly fight. It's boxing, so every night's not gonna be the most explosive night. But since it's just all about securing the win, whatever you got to do for the win and getting out that ring safely, that's what I want all fighters to do because I'm a fighter myself. So, as long as you return home to your family safe, that's all that matters to me. So, I'm hats off to all them guys that made it home safe to their family and made some money. Um, how important legacy is to me, it's very important. And I definitely want to be a person that, what I'm saying, has multiple titles and win titles. I want to go for win titles. And then I'm not gonna say and then make the money, but yeah, I want to make money while I'm winning these titles. You know what I mean? Like, but I definitely want to go win titles and get accolades and leave a mark on this sport because, and that's how you really get known and put with the greats. You know what I mean? Like, if you just a fighter that's just fighting for money, and you don't ever fight a opponent that's worthy or people the fans feel that's worthy, that's going to be a great fight and they're going to tune in, it's a 50-50 fight, you might never get that recognition that you know what I'm saying, you sought out for. And I want to get that recognition from people like, boy, that boy bad. Like, he got it, and that's what I want to do. Um, and the Leno championship, any championship to me, I don't care what it is. Like, whatever, if it's it was the NABF or NAB, whatever any of them little them titles, like it don't matter. I don't care what title it is. I want to collect them. I want to put them on my resume, and I want to, what I'm saying, be a guy that hold them titles up. So definitely anything that has any type of worth or means something, I want to collect.
Great answer, man. And Chad, thank you for the question. And more importantly, thank you for the donation, man. I am here with undefeated lightweight prospect Deric Scooter Davis, extremely explosive, 6-0 with 6 knockouts. If you haven't seen him, you got I don't know what planet you're living on, man. Especially if you are a boxing fan that likes excitement in the ring, man. He
Yeah.
doing it up. Great start to his career. What are your hobbies, though, champ? What do you like to do when you're not boxing, when you're not training, that you just want to decompress? You just want to stay away from boxing. What do you like to do?
I play the video game. I'm a person that play. Yeah, I'm on the video game. I'm playing the PS5, and I'm watching movies, and what I'm saying, watching TV shows, and I coach football. I got a
Okay.
youth football team. So me and my dad we coach. So anything. Sometimes when it's just boxing is just a lot, and sometimes you just want to get away from boxing. I might go coach these 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, and they talking about whatever's going on TikTok or the new dance, and then my mind don't even go to about boxing no more. It's like I'm laughing at them talking about their experiences and what they want to do and pouring into them. And my video game is just something that calms me, something I could do all day. I feel like a kid again, and I just like watching movies and TV shows. That's just something to bypass time while I'm resting and just chilling. I'm not. I don't do too much, man. I'm a homebody. Like I stay in the house all day. I don't need nothing. I can hibernate for real if I was if I
So,
was an animal. Yeah, for real, 100%.
so a couple of follow-ups with that. Which video games do you play?
Everything. I played 2K, Madden, Warzone, NCAA. I just started getting into MLB baseball. I used to play what is it, wrestling, so it's WWE, but I don't really like the new additions that's coming out now. But I just play games, man. Like it don't matter. Like if the game say yeah, this the new game everybody playing, like yeah, I'm downloading it. We gonna see what it do.
So I don't play anymore because I don't have really the time. But I used to play
Yeah,
Warzone a lot,
yeah, okay.
and Warzone used to piss me off because I wasn't as good as everybody else. But
Oh yeah,
so
no.
are you a camper in Warzone?
Oh no, I'm in the field. I'm slide canceling. Yeah. I'm one of those. I'm breaking cameras. I'm one of those.
Okay, good, good, good,
Yeah,
good.
I,
The campers used to piss me off in that
yeah,
game.
nah. I'm in the field. I don't know. I'm trying to. They get mad at me because I'm that person that's going to go and take that gamble and fight in 1v4, and I pull it off most times. But then they be like, "But what? Just why? Why you ain't wait for us?" Like, man, I ain't got time. I feel like I can do it. Like, I'm always trying to do some Superman stuff on there.
I gotta get up on PS and play with you one day, man. That should be pretty
100%.
dope.
That'll be help. That'll be
That should
fun.
be pretty dope. On in football, you said you coach football. So what do you
Yes.
prefer, offense or defense? Or you're offensive guy or defensive guy?
Offense. I'm an offensive guy. I feel like
Okay.
that's the real mind, and I feel like defense. You just I ain't gonna say you. It's kind of how to you making adjustments. Defense is a game of adjustments. I feel like offense, you really have to have a scheme, and you gotta. It's mental. You gotta break down what the coverage or break down the technique or whatever the defense is doing for whatever they front is, whatever saying, however they linebackers are coming up or whatever what I'm saying. It's great, and you got to put more time into offense. It takes more time to get your offense right than your defense. You can just line kids up and be good at defense because they just athletic. Offense, they got to understand the snap count. They got to understand the timing. They got to run the blocking scheme, who to block, why they gotta do this because the play and there's so many different plays that you gotta do. So I'm definitely an offensive guy, 100%.
Love the answer. Love the answer. We got a $5 super chat from my man Big Boss.
It smelled like a
Oh,
toilet full of
not
nasty
that one.
ass shit.
I pressed
Okay.
the wrong soundbite on that one. My bad. My bad.
Straight ass, homie.
Yeah.
He said, shout out to Johnny Scooter on Tank Mont 2 under how you feel about a potential Antoine Hiroka fight on that card, and how do you feel about how you feel your commanders will do this season?
Uh, Definitely. I feel like the Tank and Roach fight would be amazing, 100%. I don't know who the other guy is that, and I gotta look that up. I know they're going. My dad gonna kill me because he gonna be like, yes, you do know who that is. But I don't know, but 100% right now, I'm gonna just go with Twan because Twan is the home team. Like I said, I'm going for anybody that's the home team.
Mhm.
Man, the Commanders, man, we got a shot, man.
Mm.
We definitely got a shot. I definitely want revenge on them Eagles because I definitely want some revenge on them Eagles because they broke my heart twice. So I definitely want to see. We definitely got some pieces, so I think the Commanders are gonna be legit this year, 100%.
I agree. I like Jaden Daniels. I like him.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell you what team I root for because you're gonna laugh at me.
Who you? Only team I can feel like I ain't gonna say I'm gonna laugh at you, but like
Go
I'm
ahead. Go
like
ahead. Tell me.
like the Browns. I feel like the Browns is
Oh
gonna.
no. Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of hope. I'm a Jet fan, bro.
Oh no, that ain't that bad. No, that ain't that. I used to like the Jets. The Jet. I used to like the Jets and like really like pay attention when y'all had LaDainian Thompson,
Right. Right.
Textile Burners, Mark Sanchez. Who was that one? Y'all
When
had
we're
another
actually when we were
Sean Green. Who
actually
was y'all? I
making the
think Sean
playoffs. So
Green.
you talk about when we were actually making the playoffs, which was like
Yeah.
13,
Y'all
14
was
years
balling
ago.
back then. Yeah, y'all was balling back then. I used to play with them on Madden. That was my team. I
No
used to love
doubt,
them
no
guys.
doubt, no doubt.
100%.
Big balls. I appreciate the question and more importantly, the donation, man. We cooking over here. I just got a couple of more for you, Chad, before I get you out of here. Again, now's
Sure.
the time, man. If you want to get a question up, for the future chant, bro, let me know what we got. What we got here? We got Big Boss with another $2. The Roca beat Barossa, who was
Who was
robbed by
robbed by
Roly. So
Roly?
yeah, so he beat the guy that looks like he's older than what he is. Let's just
Yeah.
keep it at that.
Hey, he could punch.
He could crack, bro.
He can crack. That's what was crazy.
He
That
can
everybody
crack.
didn't think everybody didn't think he could crack, or he was, saying he was gonna be nothing. That's why I mean, even just on that topic, like I don't never just go in the ring and just over estimate no opponent because you don't know what they coming with. Even that's why I don't like when people say, oh, he fighting nobodies. Like, no, he just made it look like he was a nobody. You don't know what them punches was feeling like, or what that guy awkward or whatever was giving him in the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. A lot of casuals don't understand. Like, them gloves are little, so any little punch, man, could change the fight. Don't matter. It's like, and I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Like, man, everybody hit hard in them 8-ounce gloves. So all that. Nobody, oh, he can't crack. Yeah, okay. Let him hit you clean on the dome and see what happens.
Great
So,
answer.
you know what I
Great
mean?
answer.
So,
Appreciate you, Big Boss. And he came back with another $2.
Straight cash, homie.
He
he
said,
said I'm
"Don't
a
trip,
Jaguar
Johnny. I'm a
fan.
Jaguars fan."
They looking up though with Travis, man. They got some
They,
rejuvenation in they
they got Trevor Lawrence, but they got a quarterback at least. But we don't even have a well. We just signed Justin Fields, so maybe there's hope there. But we just
I ain't got no faith in him. I ain't
yeah, exactly. There you go, man.
gonna
I mean, I'm hoping.
lie.
Listen. I got my fingers crossed, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough when you ain't got a
Yeah, A
quarterback.
Rod let me down last year with them. I just knew that y'all was gonna have a good year with A. I don't know what happened with that.
Players come to the Jets to die, bro. They put on the green and
No,
white and they
I
die.
honestly feel the
This
same
is
way. I feel the
nasty.
same way about the Commanders. I did. I really did because we were just like that's why I was not. I was one of them fans last year, man, where I was not talking trash. I just after every win, I was just like, I'm just happy we doing good. I don't want to say nothing. Thank you. I see y'all next week. I don't want to. I ain't getting like I'm not getting too hyped because I don't know when it's going to turn around and we going to do saying some commander stuff like we always do. But we never did. Like that's why I made me just like, man, it was Jaden Daniels, man. He just brought a whole different him and Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn brought a different energy
Mhm.
to the team, and I'm just happy to be a saying Washingtonian, 100%.
Coaching matters in the
Yes,
NFL, bro. Coaching and
yes,
having the right quarterback matters, man. You guys,
yes.
again, I'm rooting for you guys, man. You guys are exciting. I was rooting for you in the playoffs. So, nothing but the best. In fact, I'm gonna start doing because I've been doing. I mean, this is a boxing channel. That's boxing is my true passion. But I love football, so I'm gonna start doing a live football show for my viewers as well.
That'd be
We're gonna
cool.
start doing that on Sunday nights, probably around July, right before the season. Not July, probably about August when the preseason starts. We're gonna do a Sunday night football show where I'm gonna do a call-in show. So I want everybody to call in with your
Yeah,
teams, talking that trash,
that'll be dope. That'll be
picks,
dope.
previews, recaps. We're gonna do it up here at the Hangout spot,
Yeah,
bro.
that'll be dope. That's
Yeah,
a
we're gonna
dope
do it up.
idea.
Hopefully, Scooter will make an appearance, bro. A
100%,
guest appearance.
100%.
We
I
can talk
definitely
that
I could talk
Washington shit.
football. Same way I can talk boxing, I can talk football all day. So
Okay, so there you
definitely.
go. There you go. You're gonna be back up in here when football season starts. We're gonna start doing that again. I would say probably around mid-August. We'll do Sunday nights, probably around 7 o'clock or whatever, so we could recap some of the games. We can vent. I
Sure.
like to open up the phone lines and let my callers vent about boxing fights. We'll do the same thing with football, man. I'm here with Deric Scooter Davis, 6-0, 6 knockouts.
Yes,
One
sir.
question I wanted to ask you, since you are a student of the game, I like to ask every fighter who loves both old school and new school boxing. I want you to build the perfect fighter
Mm,
by
okay.
picking one fighter for
Mhm.
each of these attributes. It could be past or present, but you can't pick the same fighter twice.
Okay.
Okay, so the first attribute is
So
speed.
speed. If I was using speed, ooh, because I can't use more than one person. All right.
And use more than one person. We can't make
Speed.
it that easy.
I'm gonna go speed. Okay, is quickness and speed going the same hand in hand?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Roy Jones.
Power.
Power, Tyson or Tank.
Okay. Which one? Well, either one.
Tyson. I'm gonna go Tyson. I'm gonna go Tyson.
Okay, Tyson. Footwork.
Footwork. It depends on what type of fighter I want to be. So this is a two-part like answer. So like when I say footwork, I could say Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And because the way he danced around the ring and footwork, but then you could say, oh yeah, I want to be a Lomachenko. So it's
That's a
like
good one.
it would depend on it. It would really depend on what type of fighter to say I was building or I want to be. So um, for this fighter, I would say I'm gonna be a boxer, like so boxer type. So I'm gonna go Sugar. I'm gonna go Sugar Ray Leonard.
Mm. Defense.
Floyd.
Ring IQ.
That was tough. I should have waited for that one. Uh, I really should have waited for that one.
You want to pick
Uh,
somebody else for defense and pick Roy for ring IQ? Floyd for
yeah,
ring IQ?
if I go deep, who had a great defense? See, like I would say Purnell. Purnell had a great defense.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna go Purnell. I'm gonna go Purnell, and then IQ would be Floyd.
What about heart and determination?
Hart. Who was somebody? I mean, he tough. Um, Hart. That's somebody that just was not. I'm gonna go Bernard Hopkins.
Okay.
B
And
Hop,
last,
B Hop ain't never go like it was hard to knock B Hop off his pivot, like especially like he was just that determined.
and he fought well into, his
Yeah,
older.
right.
Yeah.
So for you to do that, you gotta be you gotta live right for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? That means the drinking, the smoking, the drugs, like
Mhm.
your body gotta be a certain type of way. And the producer and keep winning titles, like yeah, Bernard. And he wasn't one of them fighters that was gonna fold at all when he just got hit. Like at all. He was coming back. So like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Bernard. That was tough.
And last but not least, especially in this day and age where you got to market yourself, star appeal. Somebody people want to see, whether it's brash, whether it's cocky, whether it's
But I already used Floyd, so they gotta be Tank.
okay. That's a good one. That's a good one.
They gotta be Tank. Because I don't feel like nobody's really like he's the guy that everybody want to see, whether they like him or not. They you want to see him. Like he just must see TV for the star appeal, what he put on, how he dressed. You know what I'm saying? His tattoos, what he gonna say. Like Tank is Tank, man. I feel like the boxing world loves Tank, and they're gonna be as much as they try to talk about him. Thinking like when he's gone, he steps away from the game. They're really gonna miss him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you have one looking again, give me one dream fight that you wish you could have either one day. It could be a guy in the future, or it could be somebody in the past. Give me one
Me
dream
and
fight.
100%, me and Floyd, 100%,
Word. All
100%,
right.
100%. Like what? That's man. Floyd is I'm the type of fighter like I wanna test my skills. I wanna see who, you know what I'm saying? I wanna see what he got. I wanna see if I can outsmart him. I can see if I can get him to do what I want him to do. Or if my mind is like, I wanna see. And I feel like I'm not gonna say I'm not cut from the same cloth because he was a different era, but yeah, I feel like I'm cut from that same cloth as far as like my lifestyle, how hard I work, not doing no drugs or drinking, staying in the gym, staying in shape all the time, being a smart, intelligent fighter. Like I feel like I'm just one of the same of as him. You know what I mean? So I want to see how he deals with me, and I want to see how I would deal with him. Like I feel like that would be a great fight. I mean, it's all a learning experience because and even if whatever happens, like I'm gonna learn from it, and whatever I do learn from it, oh, it's over. Like y'all not gonna be able to because I know that I'm a student, so I'm gonna take whatever he taught me, even with indirectly telling me, like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. Like, all right, bet, and use it. I do it now. I do it now. He ain't even got to tell me nothing. I took all his moves.
That's dope, man. That's dope. One more question I have for you. One more. I'm sorry. Then I
Oh,
get
yeah,
you out
man,
of here.
man, keep shooting. I ain't got nowhere to
That's
go.
what's up, man. I'm here with Scooter Davis, my man. Um, what do you think about what Turkey's doing now, man? Obviously, he's thinking outside the box. You had the Times Square thing in New York City, in the middle of Times Square. You had now you got this thing in the tennis arena, the Louis
Hmm.
Armstrong Arena, July
Hmm.
12th. Berlanga and Shiraz, Shakur in Zapata. You know, just a lot of things thinking outside the box. What do you think? What do you think about what Turkey's doing?
I mean, I never I commend him for trying to spice up and do get what he wants as far as with boxing and how he's doing it. Um, but me, I just grew up on saying the old school fight. So I like the HBO, the Top Rank, and the Showtime type of look to it, or fighting at MGM Grand, and saying all them little things. Like the little sentimental things mean something to me. Like I get it, but again, I'm not you know talking down on nothing he's doing. I'm glad that he's paying fighters what they deserve. I'm glad that he's saying trying to put on great shows and saying trying to make it exciting. He's trying to put performances and things. He's just trying to spice up boxing. You can't be mad at anybody doing that for people people are trying to say that boxing is a dying sport. The fans are not in tune and they're not liking, so can't be mad at anybody that's trying to spice it up. But me myself, I like the old school stuff of it. You know what I'm saying? Fighting at Boardwalk Hall and things like that. Like I'm one of those fighters that just I want to hear Michael Buffer say, let's get ready to rumble at they said at MGM Grand, 100%.
Hold on, I got something for you.
Yeah,
Let's get
see,
ready to rumble.
man, that'll be amazing. That's for 100%. That's one of them things. That's like, man, if I heard that, far as when I'm about to fight, man, I made it. Like, let's go. Like, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing, man. 100%.
I can't wait either, man. You know, I think your future is extremely bright, man. Do you think what about Jake Paul, man? What do you feel about Jake Paul and what he's doing for boxing?
At first, I was a person like, man, get this
Same here.
clown out of here. Like, man, get this
Mhm.
clown out of here. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
then I started like, he really putting work in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I mean, I can't I'm not gonna say that he's not a real fighter. It's just the fact that he had it was the way the platform he had, people didn't take him serious because he got all these followers and all these people looking at him. But at the end of the day, when you look at any fighter that's coming up at the beginning, you don't know the people that they fighting. 9 to 10, you don't remember. Like, so I'm not even gonna look at him like that. Once I start really seeing him training in the gym and working hard and sparring these type people, I'm like, oh no, he a real fighter. Like whether whatever skills and he possessed and but he's a real fighter at this point. Like he training, he sparring, he taking shots, he getting better, he having good days, bad day. Like that's a fighter. He fighting with no headgear. I really didn't like Mike Tyson thing. That was kind of like, but I understood that that was more so just that was a money grab. It wasn't really like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a professional fighter, get belts. I don't even think that's his ambition, honestly, to become a professional, like a title holder. Like I don't think that's his ambition. I don't, like he just wants to fight. He wants to fight and he wants to test his skills. But it's like I don't really think he wants to really be like one of them one like the next guy up, the WBA, WBC. I
Mhm.
don't think that's his goal. So if that's not even his goal, and because he has never think about it, he's never even said nothing about that. I want to be world champion, or he don't say things like that. He just I think he just wants to promote great events. Same way a little bit of like Turkey. He wants to promote great events, and he wants to put people on that he feels, saying that should be getting the love they deserve. You know what I'm saying? So like you doing for Serrano and the Kate, like what I'm saying. And he signed a couple other fighters just this week or something that's fighting on the MVP promotions or something like that. So
Yeah,
um,
Holly Holmes. I believe it was Holly Holm.
yeah,
He signed
uh
her.
huh. I
Alicia
nah, actually it was
Bungan.
crazy. It was crazy. Now I'm talking like I actually got to meet this man. Like he came in the back for Tank's fight. After the Roach and Tank, and what I'm saying, everybody they had their conversation, everybody had their conversation and stuff. And that's what made me kind of really look and see what the heck his mind was on then. Because I'm hearing him speak, what I'm saying, himself. It's not the gimmicks on it's like, oh, like now he's a mastermind. He's thinking
Mhm.
of stuff. He's not one of them people that's just, what I'm saying, just trolling. Like that's what he does on Instagram. But he's not a troll in real life, like his real life personality, if you get what I'm saying. Like, no,
Yeah, yeah. No.
he's a businessman. He's trying to make money. He's trying to make opportunities. Like, if it makes money, it makes sense, and that's what he's beyond. But he has to sell and he has to do things, and people gonna like him and not like him. But that's what he's trying to do. He wants that because he know controversy sells in America. That's
Mhm.
pretty much that's pretty much where he's at with it. And anybody that cracked the code like that and understands that, you could tip their hat because you understand what you're doing, and I respect you for saying I respect your hustle and what you're trying to do.
He's got business acumen. That can't be denied, man. He's you know
Yeah,
he's a good businessman, and I think honestly, any person, and I felt the same way as you when he first got here, man. Like, yo,
yeah,
pack this dude up, get him out of here, right? But at
yeah.
least
For me, it was more so like I don't like these people playing with boxing. As far as like
exactly.
saying these YouTubers and things like I don't like that. I don't like how it was a video um of this YouTuber talking crazy like to Shakur, right? And about, give me a fight and whatever. And he been winning these little misfit and I never really watched it. And he looked like he got some skill. Like, what I'm saying, I watched him do it. He looked like he got some skill, but again, like whether you like him or not, like that's Shakur Stevenson. Like, what I'm saying? That's the silver
Mhm.
medalist. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? He's a world champion. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go down as one of the best fighters to ever lace him up. You know what I'm saying? Skill wise, like you think that just because you doing this on a hobby or doing this for fun on the side, that a man that dedicated his entire life, you should be able to one talk to him like that, and he should just stop what he's doing to give you a shot. You know what I mean? People that's working that you don't know, that don't got the platform that you got, that put way more and pay their dues way more than you. Like I don't like that. Like I want people to get anybody that paid their dues in this boxing, like give them a shot or give them a chance. These people that's just what I'm saying, that have been streamers or whatever, and they're able to get certain opportunities because their platform. Like I'm not gonna say it's not fair, but I understand that boxing is a business. But it's
Absolutely.
like, don't let these people like don't come in here talking crazy because it's guys that you don't know that'll put you on your ass for 100%. You think you really bad. Like I'll show you somebody that's unknown that nobody know off the street that'll put you on your ass 100%. So like,
Absolutely.
yeah, man, it's just don't play with the sport of boxing. I love it too much, and I don't want nobody to try to act like if you're not about this life, don't try to talk it and fake it, like because it's people that's really about this life that live, sleep, breathe boxing, and they haven't got the opportunity just because of the politics and how boxing go. Mhm.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, bro. I couldn't have said it better myself. What do you think about this proposed Canelo versus Crawford fight?
Uh, Again, I'm happy for anybody making money. I think both of them are on their way out the door. Honestly, I'm happy for Crawford because even when they hit him with the he not marketable and they wasn't trying to pay him this or whatever, Crawford like, man, I'm trying to get that bread. I'm trying
Mm,
to get that money. I've been fighting. I'm 37 or 38 years old, 30, and I've fight my entire life, knocking all these guys out. I'm two-time undisputed champion. I'm trying to get paid. So whatever I gotta do to get paid, I'm gonna go do. Canelo already been the cash cow. He been fighting forever. he ain't his legacy things, and he ain't fighting for legacy no more. Like he done did everything that he could possibly do. Money. He like what? Only I get this fight from fighting a good fighter. Want this one? I'm fighting for money, and I'm happy for anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's getting that type of money. That you know what I'm saying that they don't have to work. That's money that you don't have to ever work or for anybody ever again. Your kids will be great and eat and forever. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm happy for that. Like and fight wise, man. I mean, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. It's hard. It's hard for me to ever bet against Crawford. It's hard for me to ever bet against Crawford. It is, but it's just something about fighting at 168 at Canelo's weight. Like that's
Two weight
Canelo's weight.
classes. Yeah.
That's two weight classes. Canelo is strong, and I just don't see. I don't see him just really 100% just stand away from Canelo the whole fight. Like even people who say that Canelo couldn't cut off the ring against the William Skull guy, right? That he just fought.
Mhm.
But I feel like as a boxer, I know the difference, man. Like it's a difference between somebody boxing and somebody running to survive. It's totally different. William was trying. He was just trying to say I didn't get knocked out by Canelo. I was hitting, but I really wasn't trying to engage. And I feel like Crawford's not that type of fighter. Crawford, and if he fight, like nigga, he's gonna try to win. Like you know what I'm saying. He's
Mhm.
not one of those fighters that's gonna say like, oh yeah, I'm just out here to get a check. Nah, he gonna try to beat Canelo because he feel like he can beat him. So I feel like in order to do that, he's gonna have to plant his feet at some moment, and that's the scary part. Like if Canelo catches him, it's like, ooh, no, like you know what I'm saying. But I it would surprise the heck out of me like if Terrence Crawford could hit Canelo and like drop him or hurt him like because I've still you know what I'm saying
That'd
I've
be
never seen
crazy.
yeah like like since Canelo was young you know what I'm saying I haven't seen Canelo get hurt or buzzed by like a shot with fighting guys that have been at 175 even Bivol couldn't do it you know what I mean like
I
not hurt
think
him.
he's got the best chin in boxing, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. I don't, man. That's crazy. So it's like that's the part that make me say I'm leaning far as when it goes to leaning more to Canelo. It's like that's his weight class. He's comfortable, and I really don't see him fearing like Crawford's punching power. Like he gonna respect it. He's not gonna go in there and just do nothing crazy and dumb. He respect him as a fighter. But far as like when it gets down to it, like Crawford's not a natural 175 fighter, where Canelo has been campaigning at 175 and won titles and got hit by these guys. That's,
Sure.
what I'm saying, 200 during the fight. You know what I mean? So, like, that's what's kind of like Crawford, and I believe that Crawford's gonna have to eventually plant his feet at some point, either with a counter shot or something. You can't just be on the move at all time unless you're running. And Crawford, he's not gonna run from Canelo. Like he's not that type of fighter. He a dog. He's gonna go in there to win. He's not going in there just to play around or just try to act like yeah, just for a check. You know what I mean? Like so I definitely think it's a good fight, but I want to see it because Crawford and his team and the people around him are very confident that Crawford could do it. So I
Mhm.
want to see it. I'm very interested into that fight, and I'm not saying that he can't do it. It's just if I was a bet man, I wouldn't go with it. But as a boxing fan and a boxing student of the game, I'm very interested to see this because like I want to see what the game plan is. What are you going to do, and what is he going to try to do to neutralize it? Like, even if it doesn't work, like, what was you trying to do? That's what I try to decipher.
Mhm.
Like, what was you trying to do? What was your game plan, and things like that. And Canelo, how did you stop him from doing these things? And how did you like? I look at that. That's the warfare that I watch, not just the fight and what landed. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's more than that. It's chess.
It's deep. I saw Bomac, his trainer, this Friday at Caribbean Royale in Orlando. I was working that fight, and yeah, man, they're confident. They think, you know,
Yeah, that's why every
they're like,
interview
yo,
and
we
they very confident. So it's like, oh, y'all must know something that got something up y'all sleeve or something. I am ready to see it. I'm not the people like "Psh, they gone crazy. No, because it's Terrence Crawford. So you can't
correct,
be like, nah, he don't know what he talking about. No, it's like, what Crawford got going on? Hold on now, what you
correct.
know? So I'm ready to see it. I'm excited, man. That's a amazing fight. I'm just happy that you know what I'm saying. Fighters making money, that's the biggest thing. Like, long as fighters making money, like y'all getting y'all money, then
I
I'm
say it all the
happy.
time, bro. You
I'm
guys have the
happy,
toughest
man.
job. You guys have the toughest job in sports, bro. You can't play boxing. So
No, you
I'm,
can't.
the more that the more the merrier that the boxers can make. They put themselves through hell. Now
Yes.
that I'm doing this, I'm able to see the back end business of boxing. I understand. I didn't understand that before as a fan, not doing this. But
Mm-hmm.
now working, getting creds, talking to fighters, talking to trainers, talking to managers, I understand the business of boxing and why certain things happen and negotiations fall apart. It's frustrating for the average fan, but
Mm-hmm.
again, you can't play boxing. Boxers deserve to be compensated for what they do. They're
Yes.
risking their lives in there for our entertainment. So,
Yes.
yeah, I don't allow people to call boxers bums, bro. I don't do it, bro. No way. There's no way you could call a fighter a bum. That's
Yeah.
disrespectful,
Like,
bro.
it's come on, man.
I
Come
don't
on,
rock like
man.
that. I don't allow that shit here either. But people do that. That's fans, right? Because they
Yeah,
haven't
they
punched
don't
in the
know.
face.
And that's the thing. I don't even get mad at things like that no more. Like, cause now I just put you in a category. Cause certain, you know what I'm saying? Certain fighters or certain people that have certain knowledge on boxing, you understand what you're looking at. You understand what's going on. It's no reason for a fighter that's 3-0 to be going out and fighting a guy that's 20-0, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's not, and that's he's not ready for that. He hasn't
Right.
had that much experience. He gotta crawl, we gotta get more experience and get his feet wet and before he can go all the way up to that level. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just names. You don't understand what the intelligence behind moving a fighter and why you move a fighter. Why do certain fighters don't even like fighting southpaws?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that. Like you just like, oh, he in there fighting and he can't like, bro, no, it's different. He not used to, he ain't never really seen no southpaw and understand that everything is backwards and that you gotta throw that your brick hand is like your jab. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
don't, they don't. Casual fans don't look at it like that. They just like, man, he a bum. He don't even know. Look at him. He ain't comfortable. Well, you don't understand why. And now you done put this, and then it's so many fighters, young fighters have got knocked out or you know what I'm saying, career derailed because they jumped out there too fast and they weren't ready. And then their career all sums up to, man, they wasn't all that good, but really it was bad. It was a bad step up or bad movement or bad, you know what I'm saying? It's things like that in boxing. That's why I always say, man, I'm taking my time. Like I'm fighting who, you know what I'm saying, my team feel I'm ready for. And because it's not about, for me, it's not about skills. Like I know I got skills like the best of them, but the way you move. And
Development.
yes, the way you
Yeah.
develop a fighter until you say, nah, he don't need no harness or he don't need no life jacket no more. You know, put him in that fight. Because once you become, and then as I'm to learn this, I'm 6-0, like you said, I'm 6-0, 6 knockouts. I'm 22 years old. By the time I really become a full, developed, 100% pro, where I know everything, you know what I'm saying, and I'm feel confident, and my team feel confident, I might be 24 or 25, but now your man strength done kick in. You ain't no boy no more. You a man now. Now the punch is a little different. Now your
Facts.
physical strength a little different. Now you're thinking a little, you more mature. You know, it's certain like, and they don't. A lot of fighters haven't got to that point because they rush, and and people know like you rushing, but you rushing for what? The money or the fame or the belt? Like what you rushing for? It's not because you know at the beginning it ain't no crazy money in this. Well, you
Right.
about to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't making no
Great point.
crazy buku money for you to be saying I want like what? You trying to rush to hurry up and get to that? Like it's not, that's not guaranteed. I rather like I look at it like this, like these fighters or these fighters or managers or whatever, you know, whoever's making these decisions. I feel like it's microwave food. They cooking their food in the microwave. Like yeah, it's heating up, but it's nothing like a good slow roasted cook in the oven when you know. Like when you know you done let marinated that joint for a day and you let it cook in the oven for 2.5, 3 hours, and you come and you take it out the oven, you know it's ready. You ain't gotta even like, man, I let this marinate, I let it do this, I let it broil, I preheat it, I know it's ready. And I feel like that's what the part that they miss with fighters nowadays. Like the young fighters want to turn pro and hurry up, get on TV, hurry up, want to get signed and do certain things. And it's like, bro, it's so much that you gotta learn about this boxing game because it is not that. Like just because you signed at the beginning of your career, do not guarantee you to be no world champion or guarantee you that you're gonna do this. Or if you do get signed and you press your promoters and all that to give you a fight, give you these fights early, and then you give up a fight and you don't knock them out or you don't produce, they gonna shelve you. Now you can't get that back because they got other fighters and they invest their money into you. So I'd rather bet on myself once I know that I'm 100% ready. And yeah, like let's get it.
Facts. Facts, bro. Facts. I mean, like I said, everybody wants to be fast tracked to be Floyd Mayweather with all the
Mhm.
money he made, but they're not looking at the journey. There's a journey. Floyd put in a
Right.
lot of work. He earned what he got.
Yes.
It's not an easy business, bro. Navigating the business world of boxing is not
And
easy.
even with that, like you said, with you mentioned Floyd, and I ain't gonna talk too much, but even with you mentioned Floyd, like people don't even understand. Like Floyd's just not an average person that just started boxing, right?
Correct.
Like Floyd is, even though the whole world felt that he got robbed, but he's a bronze medalist. You know how they move the medalists a little different. They get opportunities faster. They get money a little faster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they fought for the country. It's like it's just a different They know the boxing people know that you're on a different pedigree because you are a medalist. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
fought some of the best, and so they're gonna move you a little different. You don't have to fight in your hometown to sell tickets or certain things. No, people gonna sign you from the gate, or they're gonna give you a sign amount. Like so, comparing themselves to Floyd, and this man Floyd did it like this, and he like bro, Floyd was a bronze medalist. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? They moved him a certain way. They knew his first fight was on TV. Everybody's not
Absolutely.
gonna get that. Like y'all not you gotta wake up. Like this is not you gotta look at reality. Look at your reality. That's not realistic for everybody.
For
And
sure, man. For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? So people it's gonna be a lot of people that hear what I'm saying and they're gonna understand it, but then still go the other way or you know what I'm saying? Well, if you listen to this or you do watch this, you're gonna see fighters make these mistakes, and you're gonna be like, wow. And then you're gonna see a fighter that they gonna see, man, he ain't fighting nobody yet. He's 16-0, 16 knockouts. Man, he ain't fighting nobody yet. Man, he need to
Of
put.
course.
But now, but but now he's on a trajectory and he's on billboards. He getting this endorsement money and things like that. And then they put him in a title fight where he's about to be for a 17 pro fight, and now he's knocked that dude out. And then what y'all say?
Mhm.
Because he fully developed and fully ready and fully took his time. The world
Absolutely.
they gonna have something else to say. They gonna say, "Well, he can't do that to such." Like, if you doing it for that reason, you're in the wrong business. Don't you ain't gonna be able to please everybody.
Yep. Facts, man.
You're not.
Facts, man. I got a question from my man Stock Chasers with the $2 super chat.
Cash moves everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
I love that soundbite. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell, I'm 100%.
Johnny
That's
asked
fire.
Scooter where he sees himself in 3 years.
In 3 years, I'll be 25, about to turn 26. Definitely either in 3 years, definitely either a
You see what
world
I'm doing, right?
champion,
See
yeah,
what I'm doing?
yeah, definitely a world champion or fighting for a world championship, something or a number one contend, something like it's 3 years from now. It's like yeah, it's I feel like that I'm already gonna be on the scene. People gonna know who I am, and I'm gonna be one of them top guys where they mention my name. Like no, that guy he's the next one up. Like 100%. It ain't no denying it. Yeah, 25 going on 26. Like yeah. I 100% see either a title around my waist or fighting for a title, 100%, or having a title in another weight class or something, maybe. But I mean, I feel like I'm gonna stay at 135 for a while.
Man, I'm excited about your future, man. I mean, I hope that one day when that happens, I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. You can come back here and we can clip this part
Hey, yeah,
and
that'll be
replay
that'll be
that and
amazing.
go,
That'll be
"Yo, you
amazing.
see what I'm saying?"
That'll be
And
amazing.
it's gonna be absolutely amazing. You know, I'm rocking with you, bro. We on this journey together, bro. We
For
growing together.
sure. I appreciate
This
you,
was
man.
a
Thank
this
you.
was a phenomenal interview. You stood with me for a long time. I feel bad that I kept you on this long, but
I know, nah, man. I said at the beginning, man, it's a great conversation, man. As long as
I
we,
don't consider my interviews interviews. I consider
yeah,
them
man.
laid back conversations with
Yeah,
good
man.
people like you here with me. You hanging here. That's why I
Man,
named
what
it
you
the
said you
Hangout
call
Spot.
what you call it, man. It's the hangout spot, man. We just hanging out, you know?
The welterweight champ Brian Norman Jr. calls it the chill spot.
Yeah, it's just chilling. I feel that. We just chilling, we just hanging out, we vibing, you know what I mean? Talking boxing, man.
Nah, this was absolutely dope. Let my viewers know where they can find you, follow you, follow your career on social media, bro.
You follow all my social media tags at I am Scooter Davis, IamScooterDavis. I am Scooter Davis. Next fight is June 7th on Keyshawn Davis undercard in Norfolk, Virginia. June 7th. Make sure y'all be there, tune in. It's y'all watching the next prospect, the next star, the next pay-per-view star. Right here. You heard it from here. Mr. Shock. Tune in.
Dark season is in the building, baby.
That's right.
One of the things I want to do, like I said, anybody that comes to the Hangout Spot, you family, so I got to get you back up in here.
Always, for sure.
Talk that shit. After you spark this dude out, June, I got to get you back
For
up in
sure.
here.
Yeah, we can run this back 100%. You can
We
definitely
gotta
run this
run
back.
this, and I would love to one day. It's on my bucket list. I gotta work one of your fights, man. I gotta get to one of your
That'll be
fights, get
amazing.
some
Yeah, that'll be
credentials,
amazing.
and go and support. Same thing I do to Norman Jr. I mean, there's a lot of fighters that I rock with that I'm like, yo, I gotta work one of their fights. I gotta work their fights. So we're gonna make that happen, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna
100%.
make
God
that
willing.
happen.
God
Champ, this
willing.
was absolutely amazing. I appreciate your time, bro. I
And
loved it.
thank you for
Hopefully you
having me.
enjoyed it as well.
For sure, man. Anytime. Just invite me back anytime, man. Like you said, we family.
I'm gonna keep in touch with you, bro.
My guy.
Get that
100%.
training in. I will be watching June 7th, brother.
You know it. You know
All
it.
right, man.
For
Appreciate you,
sure.
champ. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, man. A phenomenal interview with my guy, Deric Scooter Davis, 6-0 with 6 wins by night.
Let's go, champ. My man.
Man, that was a phenomenal interview, man. It was one of those that I don't even consider an interview, man. I consider my interviews more like a laid back conversation, man. And this is why I love doing what I'm doing. This is why I named this channel the Hangout Spot, man. Because I want my viewers, I want the people that I interview, fighters, trainers, who, regardless. We had Adrian Clark this week, manager, CEO, co-owner of Fighters First Management. He manages fighters. He's managing Brian Norman Jr., the WBO welterweight champion. On that same show, if you missed it, make sure you check it out. Because we also had Brian Norman Sr., the father and trainer of the WBO welterweight champion. He came on and he joined us. He gave us an update on Brian Norman Jr.'s training in Big Bear, California. They are getting ready for a big fight, a title defense in Japan against top contender Jin Sasaki. And things are going well, man. Things are going well with the Normans, man, over at Big Bear. Their family. When they get back to ATL, I believe in the beginning of June, I'm going to try to hook up with them for a day. Spend some time with Brian Norman Jr. at the gym. Get some footage. This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot, man. If you haven't smashed that like button, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you hit that, man, because that'll help us get this channel out into other boxing fans' algorithm so they know we rock out weeknights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also doing weekends, post fights, call-in shows. The guests don't stop, which is why I need a favor from y'all. Get me some more subscribers, man. Let somebody know, man. Call your boy. Call your boy. Tell your boy to call his boy. Let your girlfriend know, bro. We do it up here. It's chill spot, bro. Males, females, we do it up, bro. We do it up here at the Hangout Spot, man. Make sure they know. Let them know to subscribe. We need some more passengers on this train. We need to turn this into a locomotive. We ain't prospects. We growing, bro, into contender status. And eventually one day we're going to be champions, bro. And we're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. That's how we do it up here. I want to thank everybody that was in the chat today. I couldn't read through all the the chat messages, but I saw that the chat was cooking. Thank you to my moderators as well for keeping the chat clean. Continue to do your job, bro. We got to keep it like family here, man. We got to keep it like family, but we ain't stopping, man. Let me know in the chat, man. Did you guys enjoy that interview? Let me know in the chat if you guys enjoyed that interview. Who's here? Yo, Chad from Canada, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you rocking out. Thank you for the donation and the question. You my guy, you know that. We rock out. Listen, man, Canada, all different areas of the United States. This is how we doing it up, bro. Clarence McLean, No Duck Zone Podcast. My guy. What's going on, bro? Smash that like button. If you're watching this live on Facebook, throw me a like. More importantly, come on over to YouTube so you can subscribe to the Hangout spot. This is how we doing it up. Great interview, man. Great young man. Great insight. He's intelligent. I mean, he can fight. He can punch. I mean, he's got star potential, man. And the most exciting part, like I said earlier, is that anybody that comes to the Hangout spot, they family. So we going to grow together, man. Just for him to give me that opportunity, man, means a lot to me. You know, and I'm rocking with them, man. We grow, I'm there. You guys know loyalty is all about loyalty here at the Hangout spot, bro. I keep it a buck. It's about loyalty, man. It's about loyalty. Stock chases, bro. My brother.
Let's go, champ. My man.
Appreciate the donation and the question, bro. Good question, man. Johnny, you be cooking in these interviews. Let him cook. No pressure. Living up to the name, the chill spot. That's right.
My man.
Yeah, man. You know, I love these interviews, bro. I'm in my comfort zone, man. I love these interviews. That's my bread and butter. But I also love these shows where we do the call-ins. A lot of shit going on in boxing, y'all. A lot of shit. And I got to be honest, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to call it tonight. So let's take a couple of calls. What's up with a couple of calls, man? Let's do a couple of calls, man. Let's do a couple of calls. Oops. Did I do that right? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pin this, or let me put this in the chat. If you want to call in, let's get it popping. You want to call into the Hangout spot? Let me know your thoughts on the interview. We had Edgar Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz press conference, Shakur against Zepeda press conference in New York City. Edgar was talking that shit. Let me know your thoughts on that. Tank and Roach, as per multiple sources, they were talking about it today on the TBV, the Boxing Voice evening show. Shout out to my man Nestor Gibbs and the Boxing Voice. Tank and Roach rematch supposedly is set for August 16th.
Let's get ready to rumble. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
It's going down, man. The much anticipated rematch, bro, which is crazy because I was one of those guys that wasn't really interested in seeing the first fight because I just thought that we see what we usually see with a Tank opponent that's moving up in weight, right? You know, that guy cooking in the early rounds, Tank down Nolan Data, closing the distance, sparking him out in the mid to late rounds. I thought that was going to happen. It didn't. Lamont Roach proved me wrong, and I'm glad because I like Lamont Roach. I met him at Pro Box. Great dude. I interviewed his little brother, Jordan, who's an up-and-coming fighter, a prospect. I believe he's about 3-4-0 now, but I interviewed him at Pro Box after his last win. Oh, well, actually, his next to last win, not his last win, the one before his last. Great guy. If you want to check that out, check out that interview and all my interviews at the Hangout spot. Live shows, call-in shows, anything that you want to catch up on, it's at the Hangout spot. Make sure you subscribe or tell somebody to subscribe while you're there. So that much anticipated rematch is out now, supposedly on for August 16th. I'm not sure where, but we got a lot of shit going down in boxing, and it's going to be a very, very heated summer in boxing. July 12th, that card, New York City, Louis Armstrong Stadium or whatnot, where they play tennis. Sits over 14,000 people. Headlining, you got Edgar Berlanga against Hamza Shiraz. You have Shakur Stevenson against William Zepeda. They did the press conference today. If you guys didn't have a chance to check it out, make sure you check it out. Edgar was talking that shit, whether you like him or not. He was talking that shit, man. Alberto, what's the deal, player? Thanks for rocking out on a Thursday night. Listen, I put the link in the chat, bro. If you guys want to call in, bro. Call in. Let's talk some boxing, bro. Let me see if I can link this bad boy in here. Let me see if I can link this on the chat. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second if you want to talk some boxing, you want to talk any of these press conferences. Let's not forget we had Jake Paul this week. His press conference for his fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We also have Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor Part 3. That's July 11th. That's on a Friday, I believe. Friday, July 11th in the big room. Madison Square Garden is going down. The women are just, you know how the women are doing, bro. We show the women love here at the Hangout spot, bro. They're doing it up. They're not afraid to fight each other. They're not afraid to unify. They're not afraid to go undisputed. We got to show the women some love, man. The first 2 fights, classic fights, very, very entertaining, bro. So this one should be nothing different. Hopefully Serrano finally gets over that hump, man, and gets that win in that third fight. That's Friday, and then Saturday you got that card that I just mentioned going down in Queens, New York. Now you got Tank and Roach, August 16th, bro. It's going down, bro. Shout out to boxing, bro, the sport that we love.
Let's go, champ.
Crazy, bro. Crazy, man. But let's go out to the phone lines, man. We got my man McCall in the building. What's going on, champ?
What's up? What's up, man? What's going down?
Can't call it, brother. What's going on? Talk to me, man. Did you see that interview, bro? Did you enjoy it?
I caught the tail end of the interview, so I was in my my second training session of the day. It's 2 a days, man. It's that part of training camp, man. I had only ate a pack of peanuts. I was hungry. I was woozy. I get to looking at what time it is. I'm like, dang, we ran long. I'm like, I wonder if Johnny's on. So I hurried up, hopped on, and I caught the tail end. But I've heard Scooter speak before. I'm definitely a fan. He just seems like a well-collected young man, and I hope that he keeps that. But at the same time, I hope that he finds a boxing character, because I think right now he doesn't really have a boxing identity quite yet. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have, like, am I going to play the heel? Am I going to be, the All-American? Am I going to, like, you know what I'm saying? They haven't really moved him in a direction. They've just kind of moved him up under the Davis name, but he's not like Tank. You know what I'm saying? He's not. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So like they have 2 different personalities. He's not Tank. You know what I mean? So, but they've kind of just, they've been able to get him exposure. Obviously, if you want to take advantage of the Davis name, you want to get exposure for that. But it'll be interesting to see his journey and see him find his own way and find his own identity in the boxing world. But he definitely has the skills to pay the bills, and that's all that matters. Really sparking stuff out. I really want to see him. He's been active, but I want to see him kind of get like that Abdullah Mason kind of shine. You know what I mean? That, like, Abdullah Mason really has been on a roll where he's just sparking everything. He's on every top ranked undercard. It's to the point where, I mean, he's been on the prelims and stuff like that. And now it's to the point where he's been pushed to the undercards, the last couple undercards, and now he's, being featured up under the Keyshawn Davis fight, and rightfully so, taking his step up fight and stuff. So I'm excited for Scooter to kind of get to that point where he's kind of stepping up and being able to be on the main card, and see him step up in the rounds and just see where they really push with direction, because he can speak well. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders, like I said, and he loves the game of boxing. You can see the dedication, and he got the skills, and he got power at 135. And he said he's not going nowhere no time soon at 135. So, there's gonna be some good fights to be made. 135 is gonna get shook up here, and he's kind of he's on that second wave. He's kind of, like I said, he's on that Abdullah Mason wave of 135. Probably when these other guys kind of move out, he'll be moving up, or when they're kind of phasing out, getting a little older, he'll be moving into that position. So it'll be exciting to see. But the thing that I'm excited about today, that I feel like didn't get enough shine. Berlanga.
Mm.
Listen, listen, listen. This is the crazy part. Do I believe Berlanga is part hype job? Yes. I'll be honest. I
You've
was
always
I,
been honest with that. You've always been honest.
yeah, I like no I do like I just I feel like you should really be at 175 for real, but you're young, you're still making 168, but you're not making no moves at 168. And then I'm just like, okay, you sparking out guys, but you sparking out the guys you're supposed to spark out. Let's see somebody that's a challenge. Okay, you went up to fight Canelo, but I knew what that fight was. You weren't really ready for Canelo, though it was a good money fight. And like boxing is all about perceived danger. So for Canelo, you put this big kid in front of him because let's be honest, in boxing age, Berlanga was a kid, but you put this big kid in front of him, and it was almost like Canelo followed the Mayweather formula. Mayweather fought Canelo at 54, didn't even make 54. It was a catch weight. He wasn't at 54. It was at a catch weight. I can't remember exactly what the catch weight was, but it was in the 150s. And he fights him, doesn't even make the weight. He's small, and it's like, oh, this big dude is coming in here, this big young kid that's been knocking everybody out and doing his thing. And, but Mayweather knew he didn't know enough. He knew Canelo didn't know enough. And I feel like Canelo knew the same thing with Berlanga. Yeah, is he dangerous? Does he punch hard? But he don't know enough yet to be dangerous for me. But to the public, it was like, ooh, and Berlanga was loud. He had New York behind him. It was, you get your classic Puerto Rican Mexican matchup. It was a great build up to the fight, and it was a good fight too. I think Berlanga proved, hey, I can hang in here with some big dogs. I can hang in here with some top competition. But almost in the same vein of how I felt like Canelo did Jaime Munguia, he showed him, hey, young fella, you can't mess with me. And I personally feel like he spared him. That's just how I feel. At the end of the day, he made it to
Fair.
12 rounds. At the end of the day, Jaime made it to 12 rounds. But I feel like if Canelo wanted to press the issue because there were gaps in their game at that point, that he could have pressed the issue. Now, we get to see, has Berlanga kind of cleaned up some of those gaps that Canelo was able to exploit. He's been in the gym. He's been working. It's not like he hasn't been doing anything. From what I hear, Berlanga stays in the gym. He stays working, and he has a great coach. So
That
I
is
think,
true.
now he's fighting somebody that's a little bit more his speed, where he should have been fighting out before he got the step up with Canelo. And we're going to see what he's really made of. But regardless, he made me a fan today. And I'm not even a fan of any boxer other than myself, but I'll say he made me a supporter today. I'm supporting him. I'm rooting for him. I'm like, yeah, this dude ain't about to come in. Nah, yeah, man. And he, he had his project baby moment. Like, people think he was putting on airs, but I know where Berlanga is really from. Like, Berlanga really from the trenches. Like, my cousins lived in them projects. That's the trenches. Like, Berlanga really from, like, so he was just acting how we act. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He was getting busy. Like that's how I feel. Like, and I'm gonna let mine hang. Yeah. Yeah, you gonna come to New York to my house and think you gonna do anything? Cause that's how I'm gonna feel. Somebody think they gonna come to my city and whoop me, bruh. Stop playing all the time. Even though, listen, this is one point though, because my first fight at home, I did not perform well in. I did, and you know why I didn't perform well in? Because that's all I could think about
Mm.
was, you're not about to embarrass me and whoop me at home. And my there was the first fight that I fought in front of my dad. Like some of my other family members, that was like their first time coming to my fight to see me fight. And it was a lot of stuff that, like, when you fight now, I fought at way every time before that. And when you fight at home, there's so many distractions. People are hitting you up. Hey, I want to come. And then you're not like in the hotel and then going to like, you're not secluded and isolated. You're at home. And it was strange. And it wasn't what I was used to. And so the whole lead up to getting in the ring was chaotic for me. And then I get in the ring, we get to going, and things don't go right the way I wanted to early. And I got wild because I wanted so badly to win in front of my hometown people. that I just started pressing and swinging crazy and just pressing and completely out of rhythm and never let it really come to me. And I did some great things in that fight. I did some good things in the fight, but I never was able to get, to get going the way I really needed to get going. And my next performance was at home and I did a lot better. But that hometown curse is real. So I just hope Berlanga is focused, you know. But he turned me up. He turned me up, and Shakur turned me up. Even Shakur turned me up because it's Shakur in the same position, and they know each other from being kids. They had their little dust up earlier, a while, a week or so ago. Shakur said some things in the interview that wasn't exactly the way he should have phrased, his aired his frustrations and kind of put Berlanga up under the bus. But they had a united front. Hey, we brothers. One thing for sure, two things for certain. We're not gonna do this in public. We spoke and we good. So that was good that they got past it. But Shakur feeling the same thing. Like, man, listen, he from the tri-state area too. Like, this is home. This is a homecoming fight for them, for real. So you're not about to do me bad, Zapata. Everybody talking about the volume puncher. You gonna walk me down and you gonna do this and you gonna do that? Nah, brother. I think we're gonna see the best version of Shakur we've seen today, and I know Berlanga's going for that knockout. I just hope the way that I see it is in the early rounds. I do have Hamza in the early rounds. I think he's gonna box, and I think that Berlanga might come out with a little bit too much of a head of steam looking for him, and he's not going to be there necessarily to be found for real while he's got his legs and he's going to be moving his thing. And you see how tall he was?
Yeah.
That's a tall, long, rangy guy with a long jab. So, but we've seen Hamza fold.
Yep.
And we've seen him be able to be, got to. So I think the first couple rounds, Hamza might dance around, and Berlanga might have to settle down a little bit. But I think he does catch him. I think he hurts him. Hopefully he gets the knockout. I'm not for sure about the knockout, but I think he does catch him. And when he catches him, it's going to change the fight. And Hamza's going to get scared to engage. And from there, he's going to be able to capitalize off of that. So that's how I see the fight going, for real. But I'm excited. I know you excited.
Big time, bro. Amazing breakdown, my brother. I love it. I agree with you. This is a card that Berlanga needs to show out on because it's clear that this is Turkey's guy, and he's looking for Hamza to shine on this stage against a name like Berlanga. So Berlanga needs to spoil that plan, right? Because there's some sort of a plan that's going on. Possibly Hamza against Canelo at one point. I'm thinking. I don't know. But Berlanga got to do his thing, bro. This is his city, bro. He got to shell out.
Did you see the reports? And I know some people have been hesitant to speak on it, so you want to talk about it. But William Skull came out and said, made those allegations, saying basically that Turki Al-Sheikh came to his dressing room before the Canelo fight and said, basically, hey, how you feeling? He said, how you feeling? And William Skull was like, I'm feeling good to knock out Canelo. He was like, hey, we got business and other stuff going on. You take it easy on him, basically. You know what I'm saying? You be cool.
I didn't hear that.
I actually made a YouTube short about it. There, I can find the link. I can find a link and I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. I gotta check that out. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll send you the link.
I did not know, but
So
you know what? With the way the business of boxing has been going, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, let me check that out. Send that to me, bro. I didn't hear that.
Deeper, darker criminal link. You hear me? Like, man, listen. When I heard that and I read that interview, because William Skull went on the La Casaca YouTube page, and they did an interview, and he said it. Now the interview is actually in Spanish, so I read it in a I'm trying to pull it up. Actually, I'll pull it up in a minute. But I read it in a on a boxing blog, and I'm like, is this true? Is this credible? You know what I'm saying? At first, I'm like, man, they just clickbait, right? And then I looked into it, and then I went on the Dr. Boxing Talk, and we were discussing, like, they seen the same thing and we were discussing it or whatever, and I was pulling it up and I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. Like, but it's crazy because
Mm.
ain't nobody really talked about it. Like I haven't seen it like anywhere major that anybody's really talking about it, and that's what everybody was saying. Is like, one, if it's true, which the way he worded it, it seemed like the way that someone from out there would word that if they said it, because they have an interesting way of talking. And if it is true, man, Turkey, that ain't a good look, brother.
Well,
That ain't
listen,
a good
man. I
look.
mean, let's not forget, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? They had the whole
Yeah,
turkey thing, letting Shiraz know what the scorecards were. Remember, during that Adamas fight, letting them know that, I don't know what he was telling them, but the word is that he was giving them the scores of the scores of the cards or whatnot. I mean,
yeah,
there's been a lot of little funky stuff that has been going on with Turkey, but I don't know, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because if he sparks out Shiraz, that's it. Game
yeah.
plan,
You ain't gotta worry about it.
conspiracy theory, whatever it is done. So Belanga needs to take care of business. That's it.
It's
That is
so,
it.
but it's so hard going into a fight knowing you need to finish. Like I've been in that situation going to fight in a like a certain venue in a certain state where I know like this ain't really gonna be in my favor. Uh,
You got to
I'm probably
understand
not
though.
gonna get a decision.
Belanga's
That's so
mentality
hard.
is Belanga's
But
mentality is
he's
he
going
wants to
for it.
knock everybody out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
going
gonna knock
for it.
everybody out. Yeah, so that's not any. That's not really extra added pressure. You got to remember. I know Belanga. I speak to him. That's not really his expectation. Is he will knock anybody out that he fights.
Yeah.
So he's
I
going
just
in
know
there
when
with
you go
different
looking
type.
for it, it don't work out. Like it just when you go looking for a knockout, when you go looking to stop somebody for some reason, Johnny, I swear, bro, you'll be in that ring and it'll be stuff that you like, but you like just cause you looking for it, cause it's you like tight, like it just don't, or you like you'll hit him and then it ain't got the sting cause you trying to sting him, like it's so weird. But then it'll be a day where I'll be in the gym sparring, I ain't even trying to do nothing. And I'll throw a left hook, boom. And it'd be like, oh shoot, you cool? You good? I didn't even mean that. I was trying to chill. Like I was just floating. I was just doing me, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
like it comes when it comes, but then it's like, oh, it's crazy, bro. It's hard to describe it. It's crazy. But I just hope I just hope I hope he gets that knockout. I hope he gets that knockout because then, hey, let's go get Caleb Plant. And
exactly.
I love Caleb Plant. I just want to see that fight. I'm gonna be honest. I might be rooting for Caleb Plant in that
Of
fight.
course you will. Of course you will. That's okay. That's all right, baby. Y'all, we gonna make
I
y'all
might be,
believers,
but
bro.
hey, he might convert me though. Bud converted me. I was a Spence supporter. I loved
Yeah.
Spence, and Bud went out there, and it was like it wasn't that I didn't give Bud his credit. I just identified with Spence and I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the way Spence was doing what Spence was doing, he was running through the division, he was unifying, and I felt like Bud had skills, but I was telling everybody, but Spence didn't do what I said he was gonna do. I'm like, what Spence is gonna do is he gonna go out there and he's got more dimensions than Bud. That's what I said before the fight. He's got more dimensions than Bud, and he'll box when he needs to box, and he'll fight when he needs to fight. Well, he didn't do that. He tried to fight the whole time. He tried to stay in the pocket the whole time with Bud, and Bud bullied him, and it didn't work. But I was like, ooh, this dude Bud got a different type of dog in him. And from there, I started really paying attention to Bud. So I mean, it's fluid with me. I just love good boxing. It's fluid with me. I'm not one of them diehards where I'll be like, no, he's still a bump. No, if you come
Mhm.
out here, you put on a spectacular performance, you get my attention. Like, oh, wait a minute, I might have been sleeping on him. Hold on. So
For
he come out
sure.
here and spark out Shiraz. I might be like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Berlanga, I was sleeping on you, brother, but I'm woke. I'm woke now.
For sure, my brother. Yo,
Yeah,
great stuff, man. I
you
appreciate you,
already know.
man. You already know how we rock out here. That's my man Mikhail, bro, in the building. In the building. Now's the time to call if you want to call in, y'all. Who we got? We got Warlock Boxing. What's going on, champ? Thanks for rocking out with us here on a Thursday night. If you guys missed that fire, fire interview with Deric Scooter Davis, young lightweight, 6-0 with 6 knockouts, ton of potential. being trained by Barry Hunter, who also trains Tank Davis. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about his relationship with Tank, who he considers a mentor, and his upbringing, extensive amateur background. So a lot of good things to like about Scooter Davis. I'm just excited, that we were able to get him on. Obviously, you guys know the deal. Anytime we get somebody on at the Hangout Spot, they family, and we're going to support their progression. We move all together, man. Smash that like button if you have not done so. And do me a favor. There are power in numbers. Help me get some more subscribers. We are less than 200 subscribers to 2,000, man. And this is in about a year and 2 months. We moving, bro.
Let's go, champ. My man.
We moving, man. Who we got? Warlock Boxing, bro. Thank you for rocking out on a Thursday night. Stock Chasers, I see you, man. I see you in the chat, brother. I know that you're not able to get on the phone. Eddie Alvarez, what's going on, Eddie? Long time no here, my brother. Where you been, bro? Where you been?
Let's go, champ.
I hate how Edgar used to use the N word. Whole press conference. If he was my son, I would be ashamed. Yeah, that's how Edgar is, man. He in New York, born and raised in New York City. They throw that word out a lot. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for rocking out with us here on a Thursday night. Who else we got up in here, man? Who else we got up in here? It's a Rizab. What up?
My man.
What do you guys think of the Usyk versus Dubois rematch July 19th? There haven't been any fights that I've been excited to see in a minute. I like it. I like that rematch. I like that rematch a lot. The first fight could have been a lot different if they didn't score that low blow, a low blow. And there's a lot of people that believe that was not a low blow, that it was indeed a punch that was on the belt line. Think about it. If they would have called that a legal shot, Usyk is not, an undisputed champion today or whatnot. I mean, things could have changed. The whole landscape could have changed. So this is going to be interesting. It's a good rematch. I think it's a good rematch, and I think, it's not one of those that people are going to be able to say, well, Usyk beat him once. I mean, he'll walk right through him again. I think stylistic, it could be an even better fight the second time around. Alex Vega, you up in here? I saw Alex Vega up in here, bro. Alex, you sneaking up in here? My man, the Nigerian Nightmare.
My man.
Appreciate you, brother. Fire emojis. Nah, bro. Appreciate you. Alberto, good luck, champ. Alberto, I know you were rocking out with us during the interview. Appreciate you. We got my man Chad from Canada. Chad, if you're still in here, I'm going to ship out that shirt tomorrow. Tomorrow. You're my guy, so I'm going to ship that out to Canada tomorrow. It doesn't matter if it costs me $200. You're getting your shirt, baby. Because this is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot.
Let's go, champ.
This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. There you go. Zorro de la Vega, my man Alex Vega. Actual talk about boxing on a boxing channel? Whoa. It's funny how that works, right, Alex? That is funny how it works. But at the Hangout Spot, this is boxing. Boxing here at the Hangout Spot with your boy Johnny and my family members. My community are my family members. Keep the chat cooking. Call in too, man. I just put the link in the chat. I pinned the link on the chat. I put the link in there as well. If you want to call in, now's the time. Last call. Last call. Stock Chasers. My brother, I know that you are out and about. If not, I know you be calling in. Who else we got up in here? Man? But this was a dope show, man. This was a dope show. A lot of shit going on, man. A lot of press conference stuff going on for future fights that I'm extremely excited about. I don't know about you, man. Hold on a second. I received the shirt, by the way. Appreciate it. Stock Chasers got his Hangout Spot t-shirt, bro. He got his Hangout Spot t-shirt from the raffle that we did. What was it, last week? I believe it was last week, but we raffled off a couple of shirts. A successful raffle. I appreciate you, brother. Yo, dude, wear it one day and take a picture with it, man, and email it to me or DM it to me on IG or whatnot, bro. That way I could throw it up on my stories, man. That way I can let my people know, man. I can let my followers know on IG that my people rock out with me, bro. Nah, man, it was an absolute pleasure, man, to be able to send that out to you, man. My man Clarence McLean, he's now on Facebook. That's what's up, bro.
Let's go, champ.
Appreciate you hitting that like button on Facebook. While you're over there, Clarence, shout out to a couple of your people on Facebook. Tell them to subscribe to the Hangout Spot. We are trying to get to our next goal of 2,000 subscribers. You know the deal, bro. Dude always thinks 3 fights ahead of this, and this ain't just a coincidence. What you talking about? Oh, Turkey. Why y'all think Turkey feeding Shiraz to Belanga was the deeper, darker criminal link? I don't have that soundbite because that ultimately belongs to Two Tone. Like I don't want to copy off Two Tone, but I do have a mystery one. I don't know, bro. There's a plan there. There is a plan there, bro. And you know what Edgar got to do? He got to knock this dude out, bro. He got to knock this dude out and spoil the plan, bro. Spoil the plan. Spark out Shiraz, bro. July 12th in New York City. You are the king of New York, the self-proclaimed king of New York. You gotta do what you need to do, bro. You know I'm riding with you, bro. Edgar's my bro. Edgar's my guy. So we rooting hardcore for Edgar, bro. We rooting hardcore for Edgar. You got my dog Kobe in the background. Kobe, what's up? Kobe wanted to make an appearance here. I don't know if y'all can see him. Look at my man Kobe, man, to the right, bro. Look at his head. Kobe, you here? Kobe is in the building. Yeah, man, take a picture of that shirt, bro. Rock it out, brother. Let people know, bro. Let people know, bro. This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot, man. But, yeah, a lot of stuff to be excited about. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Part 3, July 12th. That's going to be in New York City on a Friday night. Madison Square Garden, the big room. They've already sold out the big room in the first fight. Then you got the double main event, or whatever you want to call it, between Edgar Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz, and Shakur Stevenson against William Zepeda. That's going to take place in Queens in the Louis Armstrong, the stadium, Louis Armstrong Stadium. That's where they play when they have the tennis tournaments. And then you also have Subriel Matias against Alberto Puello for the WBC 140-pound title. That's going to be on that card as well. Also, David Morrell will be there, will be fighting on that card as well. So a lot going on in that card. That's going to be a fantastic card, man. Hopefully I can try to get in the building for that. You got a lot of great fights that are happening in the summer. You got the Tank and the Roach rematch. That's going to supposedly be going down August 16th. As we get closer, we'll start to talk about that one. But, man, yeah, a lot of good stuff going on, man. This was a great show, bro. You know, this is a great show. You got what you said, Alberto Marco's on? Yeah, Marco's on. Yeah, this one went a little bit longer than I expected. But again, that interview, if you hopped on late, you didn't see the interview with undefeated lightweight prospect Deric Scooter Davis, 6-6 knockouts. Make sure you check it out. It was phenomenal. We had a good time chopping it up. We talked about boxing. We talked about, future plans, inspirations, football, because he's a football fan as well. So we mix in a little bit of that. Let's not forget, here at the Hangout Spot, we strictly boxing, but we are going to start doing a football call-in show as we get closer to the football season, probably sometime in August. Maybe on a Sunday night, we'll open up the phone lines, that everybody talk shit about their favorite teams. I think it is going to be spectacular. Eddie Alvarez says, I see Edgar shitting in the bed. Hopefully not, bro. Hopefully not.
This is nasty.
Hopefully not, bro.
It smelled like a toilet full of nasty ass shit, okay?
So that's what you see happening? All right, Eddie's my man, though. Eddie, I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, let's wrap this up, man. Yo, next week, man, we're going to be traveling for work. So I'm not going to be doing a show on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll be back. We're going to be doing a Sunday night show, 7 p.m. I'm going to have Tip Bayless from The Boxing Voice. He's going to be joining me on Sunday night, 7 p.m. to talk shit about his upcoming Border Wars fight against Lobo. That's going to be taking place in August in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So Tip Bayless is going to come on. So that's going to be one that the community is going to want to see. The Boxing Voice community has to tune in and show my brother some love. We're going to even try to see if we could get Lobo up in there so we could do some kind of a press conference or something like that and let these two go at it. So again, for the Boxing Voice community, let everybody know Sunday, this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Tip Bayless on the Hangout spot. And then we're going to do a Monday night call-in show. 9 p.m. We're going to do a call-in show just to talk that shit about the weekend and what's coming ahead. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be out, but we will be right back at it next Thursday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am looking at a special guest, but I don't want to let everybody know who it is right now until I get confirmation. I should have confirmation by Sunday, if not Monday show. So next Thursday, we will have a guest. But if we don't have a guest, it don't matter. You guys are my guests. We will do a call-in show. Yeah, Tip interview. I know that you and Tip are going at it, so make sure, hey, if you want to jump in the panel and throw shade at Tip, let me know, bro. Yeah, Tip wants to get on the show, man. He wants to talk that shit about Border Wars and Lobo, bro. And I know that you've been going back and forth on with Tip. I did hear some of your shit today, Alex. So yeah, man. If you wanna definitely talk that shit, bro, Sunday night we're gonna have Tip Bayless on there. So Sunday night, 7 p.m. We'll be right back at it. Monday night call-in show, right back at it. Be prepared, and then we'll skip Tuesday and Wednesday and go to Thursday. We should have a guest. Like I said, if not, it don't matter. We do another call-in show because this is how we do it up here at the Hangout spot. But as always, bro, I appreciate all the love and support. Everybody out there who send in the super chat. Appreciate the donations, man. Every penny counts. For those of my moderators that are out there helping me keep the chat clean, I appreciate you as well. Appreciate your hard work. As always, you know the deal here at the Hangout Spot is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot Live, and I'll talk to everybody on Sunday. Peace, y'all.